Okay, guys, so we have not talked about plot very much in this class period, but we will be talking about it now as we're going through Flesh. This is our first fiction novel that we're going through in here. So we need to go through a plot diagram because you're going to be filling these out as we go through our story. So on here, I have a plot diagram, and the first thing that you're going to see, it kind of looks like this part could look like a triangle. Sometimes you see them, they look like a pyramid. But this one's labeled plot diagram. Okay, so the first thing you see is exposition. That's the beginning of the story where characters and setting are introduced. Okay, so that very beginning of the story. So we just read chapter 1 where all those characters were introduced and all that new information you were given. That would go in the exposition. Okay, then we have our rising action. We're moving up in the diagram. This is where the main character faces a series of conflicts. Okay, so in every story, there's always some kind of a problem. Conflict means problem. Okay, so that's where you'd fill in the rising action. Then up here we have climax. This is the most exciting part of the story when we learn the outcome. So that the rising action, there's a problem, we're not sure how we're going to overcome it. Ours, you could probably go ahead and guess it has something to do with Noah wanting to get his dad out of jail, or maybe it's him trying to catch Dusty Mule Man. And then the climax is going to be that part where we learn the outcome, what happened. Okay, and then after that we have falling action. These are the events leading to the end of the story. So after we have that outcome, we're going to get some events that are leading to the end of our story, and that brings us to resolution. The resolution is the very end of the story. Okay, so you can see that plot talks about, it's just a series of events in a story. Okay, it's the flow of the story, how it goes. So you start with the exposition, move up with rising action, have the climax, falling action to the resolution. Okay, so if you feel free to write these notes down, maybe pause the video if you don't think you're going to remember these. And then after you have these notes down, you need to come get this handout from me. It's pink and it looks like this. It says plot diagram. Okay, you're going to be reading a story out of this plot book. Now yours is not a book because I made copies for you. Okay, the story is called Worst Friends. It's not very long, it's a short story. So you're going to read the story Worst Friends, and then you're going to fill out your plot diagram. Okay, so when you're filling this out, it shouldn't take you too long because after you read the story, you should know what's the exposition, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. Okay, that's what you're going to fill out on here. Once you finish that, come and discuss it with me. We'll talk about it, and then you can move on to the next video.